Welcome back, folks. Massive announcement, man. Besides, it seems like crypto is once again on another bull run. You see XRP, you see Ethereum, you see Bitcoin, all kind of moving up in their own little way. It's like they're not doing this slow and steady. It's like big jump, big sell off, big jump, big sell off. And we're watching it, all right? I added on some XRP yesterday, but that's not the big announcement for the day. Now, for a lot of you who have been watching this channel, and for some of you who are new right now, you're just like, get to the charts, Mo. I want to know what's going to happen today. Teach me how to read these things. All this and more. Well, folks, I got one of the biggest announcements I've ever made when it comes to learning. And for those who are like, I don't need to learn, well, this isn't for you. But for the rest of you, before I get into the XRP and all that stuff today, into the charts and where we're going and all the good news and the big buy I made, folks, the live teaching sessions. This is it. Small classroom, 20 people. It's an hour, basically an hour of education plus questions and answers and a 60-day access to a community. This is it. This is the workshop. We have a workshop for people. Now, for those interested, and this is big, all you got to do, check this out down below here. Third thing in the description, you got my Master the Candle method. This is for beginners. This is a workshop. It helps people, and it's totally different from everything else. All right, this is a workshop. Think about it like continuing education, and this helps people who are just getting in there. And of course, I have the doctor stock with the options. People are always curious about that. I don't know, you know, what this is, what that. Dr. Stopp's leading the way. Yes, he has his doctorate. And of course, Crypto Will. Everybody knows he's the guru of my Discord when it comes to cryptocurrency. He has laid out a big workshop for people to help. I did as well. So did Dr. Stock. All three are right here. And you guys can take advantage of that. In doing that, you're going to have access to a private community for 60 days. And that's what you guys can take care of. And come on over and check that out. Read more about it. Link's down there. And of course, for those who are like, hey, Mo, I'm going to do it on my own. I don't need any of that. We do have the first one down below, which is the four-step framework for successful technical analysis. Is my hour-long webinar. So you guys can check that out as well. There are times there for you. We opened up spots. That's it, man. It's awesome. All right, now let's take a look at the charts. Let's take a look at everything. So as you come in here, and I know XRP, the Army, this is the 4 hour. I was looking at a whole bunch of different things. It got overbought in a minute, 5 minute, hour. You know, it's funny. I did something, you know, I got to be blunt with you. I went in there, I was watching the 4 hour. And I did not take the time, and I was watching the one day when I made my buy. So I made a mistake. And I'm going to be blunt. I'm going to tell everybody about my mistake. Now, the mistake's not going to haunt me or anything like that. But I want you guys to realize I made a mistake. And my mistake was, and I bought a lot of XRP last night. And that's not the mistake. It's the timing of my buys that I try to get perfect. And for this one, I had so much going on because we're rolling out these live teaching, and it's going to be freaking incredible, right? And so I had my mind like, I know I want to get in. If we bounce off the 13, I'm seeing the 4 hour candles. I saw us come up here. I had a line of resistance. I saw us come down. I saw we get close to 13. It starts, and if we had a candle that went above the 13, which we got, I'm like, okay, that's a buy. So I buy. You know what I didn't look at? That's on the daily. So then I go to the 4 hour candle. And I'm still not watching everything, right? So I go to the 4 hour candle. I'm like, oh, this is exactly what I wanted. You have a candle blowing through. The 5s are going to cross. I'll take that chance. It should rally up to about 332, 333. If it breaks that, then I'm really got a good price. And I'm not paying attention because this is what I forgot to look at. So I come in and I didn't look at the hour. This was the hour. Now, the good news, it can still rally. Because the RSI is only at 62. It's good, but it broke the Bollinger Band. I normally will wait and have this pull back, and it did pull back. I could have got it to lower it. Now, the good news is it's rallied back up, and so at the end of the day, I might not regret anything. But this is one then I went to, and this is the one that got me. I went to the 5 minute then, and I was like, oh. And when I look at the 5 minute, look at all these X's. And I bought up there. Are you serious? Mo, what are you doing? I never do that. And I bought, and I didn't look at that. Now, the good news is I buy my longer term buys based on the daily, the 4 hour, and the hour. They're all good. I usually watch the minute chart for the exact moment I want to get in, though. And I didn't do it this time because, and this is, I slipped up, folks. Now, the good news, if this thing rallies like I think it's going to do over the next 72, man, we'll just say 5 days, and we get above this yellow line, woo, let's go. Yeah, so I'll share my portfolio. Obviously, I have a lot over at Kraken. You guys can see what I got. And so for those who are like, where you at, Mo? I'm over Kraken. That's down below as well, right there. You can take advantage of that. They got some good stuff over there. You can turn this into XRP as well, which is fantastic. So I got that. Then I got this over here. Let's update. It's at 248272. Watch this. I'm going to update up or down. 2485. So it went up $300. Let's go. I like that. My goal is to get back above this 255. That's the high water mark, folks. That's as high as this account has ever been. And we're going to try to get it higher. And of course, my overall big portfolio, the 7-digit portfolio, I'm going to share in the video later today. So for those who like that stuff, let me know in the comments where you're watching from. And of course, what crypto you're watching, because I can show more of those because I hear you guys like HBAR and some of the other ones, SUI, and I got some of those. You guys know that. So if that's what you want, let me know down below. XRP family, you already know I'm covering that. And I'll share that big portfolio later today. So make sure you subscribe to the channel now, because I'm telling you this, seems like everything's changing for the better. Like the news coming out, all of it and more, seems like it's for the better. So I look at the daily. Don't even look at that. Let's go right to the daily. You guys know this is what I'm looking at. So you're getting new higher lows near term, bouncing off the 13 so far. The big line in the sand, I'll say it again, is still 233. We finished with a candle above 233. I personally think you got blue skies up to did I say 233? 333, not 233. 333. I think we have blue skies up to 366. You can see the Bollinger Band's tightening up. The RSI is great at 58. Like, this is a beautiful bounce off the 50. Had a little push up, came back down, relaxed a little bit, and now moving. I like this. I mean, I had no problem buying this yesterday. If it reversed and goes under the 50, okay, it's one it reverses and goes under the 50. I take my loss. I put the tail between my legs, and that's how I deal with it. Because you guys know I have a well-diversified portfolio, and I want to make sure I'm doing the right things, and this is definitely one I like, especially when it got overheated, came down to the 50 as I predicted, bought down here. Now I've been buying, now I bought again, and now if it runs up here, everything I've done, selling up there in the 330s, in the 360s and 80s, down. Now we're buying down here at these levels at the 278, I think it was, and then we're buying all the way back up, and now we have a chance, man. I am pumped. Hopefully you guys are too. So that's the big thing I'm looking at there. And for those, remember, it's now back up to 84% chance on, are we going to have an XRP ETF approved? I don't think it's if. I think we're going to. I'm on the big time yes. And of course, the SEC ends appeal, closes the door. It's over, folks. It's done. And so people need to understand this, that this is finished. And so what are we talking about here? The case is done. And so I brought this up earlier this weekend, and people are all excited. And they said, no, but it doesn't do anything. And they put out these articles. Ripple's victory lap may be premature. Is it? I don't think it is, because they were excited. And that was Friday, right? Look at the time, Friday, 5-minute read. And, already talking down negatively. And then look at this right afterwards. They can now raise funds via institutions. So this whole case dealt with, as you guys know, that it was the institutional investors. They considered it a security, and the judge, all this and everything else. And they dismiss it, and that was the fear. Like they were going to dismiss it, and both of them, they're going to drop the appeal, but the court case stays, and blah blah blah. And look what they decided as a workaround. So all this through right here. Now the SEC went ahead and granted Ripple a waiver from disqualification under Rule 506D. That means that the agency, they said, can now go out and get money and raise capital from accredited investors without SEC registration. using the Regulation D exemption. Folks, that was massive because now you got retail, you got institutions, all of this and more. And so everybody kept showing me over the weekend that whole, hey, Mo, did you know BlackRock's not going to? And I'll say it again. They said, for now, it's not in our roadmap or whatever it was, something to that effect. That doesn't say we'll never do it. They want to see all this stuff too. And is it approved by the SEC? Are the spot ETFs for XRP approved? And is this okay? And is everything okay? They just want certainty. And they want by the demand. You know, everybody knows that BlackRock's basically Bitcoin and Ethereum. That should be a big sign for you, kind of where the big two are going when you got companies like that involved and other companies and the treasury strategies from other companies, the spot ETFs, and now BlackRock rolls out the staking request from the SEC for their ETF for Ethereum. Folks, that was massive. And for everybody saying, what's going on with Ethereum? One, you look at the ratio between Bitcoin and Ethereum, Ethereum could double to get back to where it needs to be. And I'm not going to be surprised when it does. You guys know I share my portfolio, and you know where I got most of my money. And so, with that being said, there's a lot of things to watch. And as we go forward and these questions, concerns, trials, and tribulations for XRP are completed and there's clarity, and we might even have the Clarity Act, you will see, most likely, in my opinion, an interest. We'll say an interest from BlackRock in exploring possibly other ETFs, hopefully XRP. If not, it would be, you know, I don't see them doing, oh, look at all these. I think when I look at them, I would think maybe they would do one that has multiples in it, you know, call it a diversified one, including XRP. I think I could see them doing XRP, but I can't see them doing many more than that. Maybe 5 altogether, the big 5, or the big, I'd say 3 where they diversify, because that army, that community, it's just big for XRP. So I think there will be enough demand for them. It'll make sense for them. I don't know, though. Like I said, I don't know. I don't work for them. I should work for them. Hint, hint, BlackRock. But with that being said, here we are. We're here, and we're going to follow along and see where it's going. But now, I am done. I'll say it again. If you guys have not done it, the live sessions everybody's been asking for years. Teach a live session. Teach like you used to in a class. It took me 5 years, and I had to work with this company to get this set up and everything. We did it. And they got one for me, one for Dr. Stock, one for Crypto Will. And it's massive. It's really good stuff. And I'm really happy about it. If you haven't clicked it, click that down there. You'll see it. Once you get over here, read what you're interested in. Boom, boom, boom. I should say the workshops. So you guys can get into these workshops. It's a one-day workshop where we spent a couple, like hour teaching, half hour talking, then you get 60 days of the community. It's good stuff, all right? And you get the live replay. It'll help you get that foundation. I always tell everybody, you don't want to be on a foundation of quicksand. You want to be on a foundation of concrete. This will help you with that. And of course, the webinar, the first link down below, the webinar is ready for you. Make sure you get this. And this will teach you how to learn. And then if you do that, you got all these different things you can do to help your education. And that's what I'm about. And I keep telling everybody that. And if you're not in the Discord, get over there. Code LEARN, LEARN, is available. And that's the second link down below. And of course, I'm doing my trading at Kraken for everybody that asked that. That's the other one down there. So you guys can take a look at that and take advantage of this. You can turn that into XRP. All right, family. I'm pumped. I'm going to end this episode a little different. And I wanted to end this a little bit different. I know a lot of you who probably already hung up the phone on this one, but let me tell you this. I'm going to start out. I had a lot of things go on last week. You guys know that. It was a very dark moment where you see things like your channel and 5 years of work and all the people in the community. It's gone. Now, I know you're going to say it was only a couple days, Mo, and it all worked out to the best. And you're right. And I will say this: when you're at your worst time for everything happening, and you just feel like it's terrible. It's a dark spot, You see who your friends are. You see who maybe you didn't even know. You have people reach out. Everything okay? Hey, can I help you? How can I help you? And others who are like, I did, I shared all this stuff. I'm on your side. You don't even know who they are. And so I told you I want to take a moment to thank some. And that's what I want to do. And so I want to do a couple shout outs. And this is not all inclusive, but I wanted to give a shout out to these people. So when you think of these people, just know that they, one way or the other, reached out, helped, something. And that's what is important. So I want to thank Larry Jones, I got Keenan Grace, Stocks with Josh, Investing with Ashley, Dr. Stock, Crypto Will, the Fresh Prince of Crypto, Avi Lev, the Moneymaker, Oscar Ramos, Tom Nash, my financial friend, Zip Trader, and Tim Warren. Now, these people all reached out to me one way or the other, or lended assistance, and I appreciate that because that was a rough time, and I'm already paying it back. I had a couple people reach out. They're concerned and for their own, and so I'm trying to teach people how to make sure they're doing things right. And hopefully this will become an even stronger, more united community where we're bringing you guys the best we can, and everybody's happy. And that's the goal, all right? And that's what we're going to find out as we go forward, how much we can help each other and teach and learn and all that. So I'm excited about that. Now I am done. So for everybody, I appreciate you stopping by. I will see you in the Discord.